Lacey Everett here with Minds in Motion dance series. Make sure we are subscribed to the Minds in Motion channel so you can see all of the videos. And if this video interests you, send it to everyone else that you know who needs dance tips or is interested in their overall mental health. Today's guest is Lizzie Geocaris, who is an actor, dancer, singer, and incredible fitness instructor. Lizzie is going to give us audition tips, quick fitness tips, what to wear to an audition. Lizzie also shares a traumatic story that occurred and how she went through life after a broken neck. She also gives tips for shy singers with how to get over the fear of singing in front of others. I have posted timestamps in the description of this video for when Lizzie talks about her tips for auditions, her traumatic experience, and singing, so you guys can skip around.
Hi.
Hi, look at that smile. Oh, you have the best smile. So it is really good to see you, and I really appreciate you joining us. And I just wanted to ask you, can you please give all of your tips and tricks with going into auditions? Because you are a triple threat. You are a singer, dancer, actor, and you're a fitness guru. So technically you're a quadruple threat, if that's a thing.
Yeah, totally. I would say my biggest tip for auditioning would be to be yourself. I believe that the audition starts the moment you walk through those doors. So while, as a dancer, we learn choreography and we go across the floor and we do all of that, that really doesn't matter. I believe the biggest part of the audition is how you interact with the other people they're auditioning, how you interact with the judges, with the choreographer, with, the girls who are there to assist. And even when you're sitting and eating lunch, like that all really matters. And nobody told me that when I first started auditioning. I kind of had to learn that on my own. And I believe once I figured that out, it was a lot easier to make it to the semifinals, to the finals. And I know things right now are a little bit different. And if you have that, going into a virtual audition is that much easier. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I have a virtual audition and I'll sit here and I just smile for like 2 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm just like wake up and like go out of bed. Like I want to make sure that I'm fully ready. They want to be able to read that presence from the moment you log on, or like I said, the moment you walk through the door. So I believe that would be my biggest tip.
I completely understand that, because people want to work with you if you are likable and if you can work well with others and you are a good team player. And if you're at an audition, like you said, in the background, grouchy, or on your phone texting and such, things that just don't look professional, or like you're a team player, or they catch you being mean to others or something, I think that's so important to take from. That's such good advice, because it really does start the second you walk in the door. It's like, okay, yeah, she can be a great actress, but can I work with her?
Right. 3% of the time is you being in the field that you're auditioning for, and then, or even 60% of the time, and then 40% you are in rehearsal, you are in meetings, you are in just different, scenarios where you're not necessarily performing all the time. And so they want to be able to see that you are good when the cameras are off just as much as when they are on. So I wish I knew that when I was, little 18-year-old me auditioning, but I know it now and it's helped me and I'm grateful for it.
You are the pro at auditions. I've never seen people conquer auditions so well as you, because you know the psychology of it and how to flow and how to, like you said, be yourself?
If I were to give you another one, it would just be to be 100% confident in whatever it is you are wearing and or bringing to the table.
Ooh, so wardrobe comes into play.
Yes, because I can't tell you. I mean, again, I've been auditioning for, oh my gosh, forever, it feels like. And if I'm not comfortable in my outfit, then, oh my gosh, I'm giving you a 20% performance because I'm worried about, oh my gosh, is it going to fall down? Or like, oh my gosh, what do they think I look like? Like, if I walk through those doors and I know that I'm head to toe confident and comfortable, then it makes it that much easier. I mean, as a dancer, I don't want to have to, think about, is my top going to fall off? All I want to think about is the steps that they're about to throw at me or the interview that I'm about to give to them. And while I know we always want to look our best, it goes back to what I said about being you. You have to look good in what suits your style and what suits your personality. Because if you're trying so hard to be somebody else and wearing something that you saw one of the other girls wear, it might not be right for your body type, or it might not be comfortable for you.
It's like, go with what looks flattering on you.
Both for dance and fitness. I mean, I can't tell you how many fitness auditions I've gone to. And, I will wear like leggings and like a very tight tank top, right? And then I look at the girl next to me and she's in leggings and a sports bra. And I just kind of have to tell myself, don't psych yourself out just because she's wearing something different. You are still here. You made it this far. So they want to see something of you. So you just kind of have to do what you know best. And if I feel comfortable in a tank top or a sports bra or spandex or whatever it may be, I just have to, roll with that. Not necessarily worry about what the people next to me are doing and or wearing.
That is a very good point, because our minds can play the best and worst tricks on us, and our thoughts go a billion miles per hour. So I could just imagine a lot of artists in the entertainment industry going into these auditions and comparing, constantly without even realizing it, and seeing the girl next to you, like you mentioned, with the sports bra, and you're wearing a top that covers everything, and thinking, oh no, should I have worn that? Or, oh, my body doesn't look like hers, or, oh, my facial structure doesn't look like hers and such. But for you to get out of that negativity is really, really powerful. And I'm sure it has come with practice, would you say?
Oh, yes, 100%. Take intensives and they'll tell you certain things, but it's not until you actually start to implement them yourself where it actually makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's kind of similar to kinesthetic learning, like learning by doing. You can only hear so much or read so much, but you need to do it in order to learn, I understand that. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Once I started to do it, and the first time I did it, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, I know what I need to work with. And like I said, it was as soon as I started to take out all the unnecessary factors, I started doing better. I started performing better. And, sometimes I would book the job and sometimes I wouldn't, but I know that I gave 100% of myself. Whereas in previous years, I left and I was like, oh, I could have done that better. Or, oh, I could have done this better. So it wasn't until, I actually started to do it my way, and what was best for me, where I could walk out and say, you know what, I did me. I did the best that I could.
That is so inspiring, Liz, to be that confident and be, okay, my way or the highway. I really wanted to talk about something that's really special, yet a huge struggle that you went through that I'm aware of, and how you overcame that. You slayed that dragon and you persevered and you became a success. So can you tell us?
Yeah, totally. So what Lacey is referring to is I was in my senior year of college, second semester actually, and I was driving and it was raining and a tree broke and crushed me in my car. I was fortunate enough to be able to react very quickly. And I crawled out of the window, and there were people behind me. The lady in the car behind me was an off-duty EMT. So she said, "What hurts?" And immediately I said, "My neck and my back." And she put her arms around my neck and sat with me until the paramedics came. And then another man took off his sweatshirt in the rain to stop the bleeding that I had, because I had crawled out the window. So the glass and the tree and everything had cut me. I honestly, that was a crazy day. I always say it was the best, worst day of my life. I consider it the best day of my life because it showed.
What? You consider it the best day of your life? Okay, please tell. Please tell.
100%. I consider it the best day because it showed me that I can do anything, and that I don't have, like, tomorrow's not guaranteed. So, you know what they always say, which is really unfortunate, but you don't know what you have until you lose it, or until you almost lose it.
Yes.
Kind of is something like that, where, they weren't necessarily sure if I was going to be able to walk or dance again because I broke my C2, which is so high up on the vertebrae. It was the worst day ever because I couldn't finish my last semester of college. Thank goodness I was able to graduate because I was, I worked with the school. But it honestly showed me how strong I truly am. And, it showed me who in my life was willing to help me and put their differences aside to make sure that I was okay. I made it out alive. I mean, I don't have any pain really at all. And that's where my love for fitness came about. They didn't give me physical therapy or any of that. They were just like, "Okay, you're good."
No.
Yes. And I told them, like, I don't have a desk job. I'm a professional dancer. I'm in school for dancing. And they're like, "You're fine. I'm pretty sure my doctor said you could probably start driving." And I said,
What?
"Sir, I'm in a neck brace. I can't drive."
And what about the mental health and the possible post-traumatic stress from that incident? And regarding dance, your body is your career. You need that. So yeah, wow, Liz. Oh, okay. So what was that like to hear all of that from those people?
Honestly, I was shocked, and I was with my mom, and, thank goodness she was there with me, but we both kind of just looked at each other and chuckled. No way any of the things that he was saying I could do, I was going to be able to do for at least 3 to 5 months. So, I left the neurosurgeon, and I actually was supposed to go to Mexico the day after the accident to teach. I was supposed to go to Tijuana to teach at an outreach program. And my 2 mentors that I was supposed to go with showed up at the hospital. And honestly, I should have probably been handcuffed to that bed because I was like, "I'm going. You can't keep me here. I'm going." And the doctor said,
No.
"No, you're not." I said, "Yes, I am. I'm going to go to Mexico." They said, "No, you're not. You have to stay in the hospital." And,
you're one of those patients, Liz. No. Oh no.
it's so hard to leave. And then I was like, "Okay, you're right. I will stay here. I can't move." But yeah, I think what I wasn't prepared for was the mental aspect of it all. That's where I really learned, about the mental aspect and what that really meant. It's one thing for me to retrain my body, but it's another thing to retrain your mind. What a lot of people don't know about that day is 20 minutes before the accident, I said, "I hope a tree doesn't fall on my car." So if there's one thing that I can say, it's that what you put out there will come back to you.
Oh, yes. And that is a perfect example of that, almost a spooky example of that. Liz.
Yeah. So I said that, and I honestly, being in the hospital and then all the time after, I was like, well, granted, it's not my fault, but then there's also that little part of me that was like, you said it. Don't say anything you don't mean, And so mentally trying to retrain myself and just learn that like your words have power and they actually mean something. That's when it really started to help me retrain my body. And because of that, I became a personal trainer and a fitness instructor. And I wouldn't have it any other way. If my mind is healthy, then my body is healthy.
Yes.
It's not something that people necessarily have to learn. It just kind of happens. But I'm so grateful for it. And I wouldn't be where I am today if it hadn't happened.
So you're grateful for that experience because of the mindset it brought you. I'm really touched that you told us this story, and I'm amazed at how much you learned from it.
Yeah. I think the best part about it is I'm not afraid to talk about it. Even then, when I was in the hospital, I was okay with talking about it because it happened. And I went to therapy for a while, and she did mention a few times, she goes, "You're okay with this?" I said, "Yeah." I have to accept the fact that it happened, and life keeps moving. Just because it happened to me, time in the world doesn't stop. So I have to figure out where I fall into society and how I fall into whatever it is I want to do after this. So talking about it was the biggest way for me to overcome it, I believe.
Wow. And there is a lot of research in talking is a form of healing. Just talking about your past traumas, or talking about situations, or talking about a decision that you want to make is, woo! Yep. That's the way. So I'm happy that worked for you.
Thanks.
Okay, so Liz, you triple threat, quadruple threat. Singing. There's something about singing that's so vulnerable. And I know so many people working in the entertainment industry that are shy about it, are shy about singing. We have our shower singers, that whole thing. And something about it is just really vulnerable to hear the angelic tone of a voice in a different way. Can you speak on that? Because I know you've experienced that. And I think this would help a lot of other individuals who are shy to sing and show their talent that they are gifted with. It's hard to get over that, the ego part of it, oh, what are they going to think? What if I sound bad? So please speak on that.
Yeah, honestly, it's funny because I'm not a shy person. If you know me, you know that I'm not a shy person, and I am just kind of like, what you see is what you get. But when it comes to singing, oh my goodness, Lacey, so shy.
See, I swear.
Until probably like this year, if I'm being completely honest. And I had a voice lesson with my vocal coach on Monday, and we had figured out that I've been with him for 5 years now. And, every lesson he goes, "You keep getting better and you're fantastic." And I can't believe we've been together for 5 years. And I was still going to him when I broke my neck. I had a neck brace and I was still in voice lessons with him. So he's been through everything with me. And I told him, I was like, honestly, I wasn't comfortable singing in front of people until recently. And other people have told me before when they, I don't think they're around and I sing and they hear me. And you're one of those people that I have a great voice.
She does, you guys. She does.
But there's something, that I just don't think that my voice is good like that. I consider myself a dancer. I couldn't consider myself a fitness guru, an actor, but like when it comes to singing, I'm always like, I mean, I know how to do it because, you know, for a while I wanted to do Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
So that's ultimately why I went into vocal lessons. But there's just something about being vulnerable like that that I wasn't ready for.
Mm.
I just didn't think that my voice could hold up to the other singers of the world.
Comparing. Ugh.
And my sister is a professional opera singer. So in the back of my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be like Sarah. I'm 100% never going to be like her. Yeah, I'm never going to be like her because I don't want to do opera.
Yes, those are good points. Absolutely.
Like, I need to stop comparing, and I need to realize that I'm not a natural born singer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just kind of like you have to, I don't want to compare myself to a dog, but you have to train a dog. You have to train your voice.
It's true. It's true. And I love that comparison. What you're saying is to overcome that shyness is just to realize that, okay, I'm not going to be an opera singer. I'm not, but I have a voice. It's there. I can hold a beat. I can hold a tune. I'm not tone deaf. So that's something. And I think, like you said, constantly comparing, that's not going to help you. That won't help. No. So
I compared myself to my voice teacher. He's a male. And he used to say that all the time. He would be like, what are you so afraid of? And I'm like, well, I don't sound like you. And he goes, I would hope not. He goes, I'm a 30-something-year-old male, a tenor, and you are a 20-something-year-old female, an alto or a mezzo-soprano. Like, we have nothing in common. I'm just teaching you how to use your voice and train your voice so that when you sing, it's supported. It's actually crazy to think about it, but now our voice lessons turned into how to help me teach fitness, because I was losing my voice from teaching so much. And he goes, no, we can't have this. This is not okay. So we would go in there and, at like all my classes, I have to count from 8 down or 10 down or whatever it may be. So I'm just in my vocal lesson and he's teaching me how to count supported so that I can teach 8 classes in a day and still go sing the next day. And my voice isn't gone.
What?
Everything correlates. And that even though I'm a singer, it's still helping with the fitness. Yeah, it's not easy, and being vulnerable is not necessarily fun, but you kind of just gotta do it. You just gotta throw yourself into it, and clearly I wanted to because I'm still here 5 years later.
Yes. Okay. And wouldn't you say that after the first few times that you were vulnerable in that discomfort, you got better and you got less fearful of singing in front of others?
Absolutely. I mean, we would go through a lesson and he was like, it's just me. He goes, if you can't sing in front of me, your vocal coach, you're never going to be able to sing in front of anybody. I said, you're very right. And so I kind of just, had to take baby steps. And I was like, it's okay to fail. Like, I can connect to somebody, like, I totally sang that. It was awful. And somebody's like, oh my gosh, me too. And I'm like, cool, we're human. We make mistakes.
Yes.
Let's grow. Let's turn around and let's try it again until we get it right.
Absolutely.
It's always a journey.
Well, thank you so much, Liz. This has been absolutely wonderful getting to talk with you.
Thank you. This was absolutely amazing. I always love, talking to you and just trying to help anybody and everybody. So thank you for letting me come on here and speak.
Yes, of course. Well, all right. Take care, Liz. And I'm sending you positive vibes to your next auditions.
Thank you.
much.